I figured you didn't hear. I figured you didn't hear, Gabo. You're fine, man. I just figured that you didn't hear. I figured you didn't hear. You're fine, man. I'll mess around with this, those guys. Certainly is interesting. Certainly is an interesting concept. Yeah, see a giraffe. You need Manlands. You mean like Win Zendikon? I don't know if I spelled that right. We're about to find out. Yes, I did. Like Win Zendikons. In Legacy variants, I usually only see like one. Maybe two, because it's modern. You can't see it as consistent. Try Unstorm. What's Unstorm? What's that all about, Durfine? Yeah, it's like light out. I gotta get to bed, guys. I'm exhausted. But real quick, tell me, I'm curious. Unstorm. I'm sure everybody's curious. What are you talking about? You could just tell us. I'm sure we could figure it out from one or two cards. Storm without rituals. Ashes are reliable. Oh, I looked at this, the 10 Rogue Mono Brews. I don't remember seeing an Unstorm on here. The other storm? That's cool. And then it sideboards into Pyromancer. This is neat. So it's literally just a Pyromancer Ascension deck. But what happens when you don't see Pyromancer Ascension? It just loses then, right? I mean, this is interesting. I don't know if I still have my Pyromancer Ascensions on Moto, though. I don't think I do. I think I sold them. For no good reason, I'm sure. Do I still have them? Let's find out. Nope, they're gone. What about the games you don't see the Ascension? you can have all the cantrips in the world and not necessarily see the Ascension. Modern's not exactly a very long format, usually. Yeah, this is a man after my own heart on burial rites. Yeah, gifts ungiven. Except I don't own lilies, that's one of the reasons I stay away from, what if we just updated our gifts deck? I love that deck. It's such a fun deck to play. Trust me, you'll see it a lot. I just don't have the pieces to build it. Open a new copy. What if I updated our gifts, our Go-Go Gadget gifts deck to be more appropriate for the modern metagame? Let's see, this is what we were trying when I last left off with it, right? It's got some cute stuff we could cut and maybe make it more concise. Someone give that man some lilies. You can play gifts ungiven just with a hint of black instead of being black. If you're not going to be black gifts, you don't need Liliana. If you're just going to be a splash of black just for the Unburial Rites and maybe a Kolaghan's Command, I think it's fine. See, my reanimate targets were Kronos, Elish, and Iona. One Sphinx's Rev, one Logic Knot. 3 Helix, I must really not have wanted to lose to Burn. Jeez. At the time. I must have just played a Burn player or something if I'm going to run that much Helix. It's definitely not right. It's definitely not right. More bolts up in here. Let's make it less cute. Let's make it less cute. Let's get more bolts up in here. First of all. And then what do I want to do with it? I want to make sure I go off more often. Let's just run the playset. Give me a playset of gifts this time. No mainboard Kronos. Only sideboard. Only sideboard Kronos. Fruited. Elspeth. No Blood Baron. I really like this card. But I'm gonna go with Kronos. No forked bolt. Make a control deck with that as my win con. Dismember's pretty solid right now. It's really greedy to run it, but I'm tempted to. creeping tar pit, which seems correct. There's so much spell scout right now. Give me some twisted image. There's just a lot of spell scout. Okay, so with this board, we can do a lot of different things, which is excellent. Like, for example, I could give make that a pile. So this would be a Johnny, Kronos, Elspeth, and Burial Rites pile, which would be guaranteed Kronos. Well, no, you probably side out the Burial Rites, so this is just the pile you get. You get this, 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 and then like another value card that they can't afford to give you, which would be anywhere between maybe Sphinx's Rev. It depends on the board state what the fourth card is. I'd rather make it a 4-card pile in this case. And then you got the Sweeper package, which is Wrath, Hollowed, Supreme Verdict, Snapcaster. That's a pretty simple one. So 3 Sweepers and a Snapcaster thrown in is another good gifts pile. Land Destruction pile would be Fulminator, Colligan's Command, Snapcaster, and then one more card they don't want to give us, or maybe just the Lingering Souls. I mean, a lot of these piles you're just going to throw Lingering Souls into. Verdict, Wrath. Yeah, this is the Wrath package, Durfine. Verdict, Hollowed, Verdict, Hollowed, Verdict, yeah, Verdict, Hollowed, Wrath, Snapcaster. It's right here, dude. I have a Land Destruction pile now, though, technically. Fulminator, Snapcaster, Colligan, and then I guess you throw in the Lingering Souls. Like, a lot of these piles you're going to throw in Lingering Souls. It's a different list, Durfiend. We're different lists. There are advantages to being this list. For example, Durfiend, check this out. And it's one of the reasons why I was so heavy on Helix, because it's one of the reasons to be blue, white, red gifts. No offense to the guy on your list, but unless he sees his Swag Tusk or his Iona, how often do you think he wins this game 1 against Burn? Probably not very much. Now you can see his sideboard. He probably should be running Core Firewalker. Does he not pull off white very well? That's probably what it is. Jeez, what a hodgepodge. I try to stay away from 4-color gifts. I mean, I'm technically 4-color. Because I am running 2 black spells. Technically 3 if you want to count Lingering Souls. Technically 4 if you count Dismember. But I really try to minimize the black splash. It's technically only 3 black spells. You could count Fulminator, but most of the time you're going to cast him or her, whatever this thing is. It's no, it. For red. Would Dakmor be? No, not really. If you really wanted black Shepherd, you could just get different fetch lands. You could get Flooded, Arid Mesa, Polluted Delta, Scalding Tarn. Well, it would probably, excuse me, you wouldn't do that. You would do probably like Lingering Souls, Polluted, Arid, Strand. Your opponent's going to give you 2 fetches, or depending on the board state. They should probably bin the Lingering Souls. They don't want me to get the full value out of it. So probably what happens is they give me 2 fetches. And then those fetches could either get Watery Grave if you need more blue, or if you need a red source and also the black source, you get the Blood Crypt. Do I have to sacrifice Kronos? What are you talking about? I'm not running Footsteps of the Goryo in this deck, Big B. What? I'm so confused.